Ready, Corey?
Okay. Yeah.
Greetings and welcome, everyone. It's All You Can Geek Moviecast, episode 318. I'm one of your hosts, Jim Gass, joined by Corey Feinsod.
What?
Mike Sneedy.
What's up?
And Tony Korkanakis.
I'm back, bitches.
We need some
There
energy.
he is.
We need some energy. Woo! Woo! It's a great week, right, guys? Great week.
Define.
Sure.
That's all I gotta say. Anyways, welcome listeners to 318, where there's always escape. There's always money in video games and movies. There's always an escape. So yeah, we're gonna kick this off with the number one movie in America, going to the box office charts, talking about Doctor Strange,
Again.
bringing in 43 million.
Respectable. It's a 50% drop, which is really good. I mean, usually these are like at least 60 to 70% drops.
Our magic term we always use is legs, and there it is. It's got legs, and it knows how to use them.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
I was actually surprised.
was anything up against it this week, though?
That
That
Arrival
alien movie thing.
Oh,
Yeah, I mean that's...
Lois
What did
Lane
that do?
and Hawkeye.
Yeah, what did that do? Was that second?
20?
That was third,
20?
behind Trolls.
Oh, fucking
Trolls
Trolls.
opened. That was 35 million. It beat
That
Trolls.
was just opening now? I thought that was out already.
No, I thought that opened this week, didn't it?
I thought
I don't know.
I could be wrong. I don't.
It opened this week.
I've no
I've been hearing
interest
about
in
that for a while.
Yeah, but it finally opened. So, oh no, it has been in there for a while. You're right. November 4th. Wow, it brought in 35 million.
It opened with Doctor Strange.
Yeah, it's been with him ever since.
And they both still came ahead of Arrival.
Yep, Arrival did not arrive at number
I don't
one.
think I've seen anything for that, so
No.
never even heard of it. It just arrived all of a sudden.
By the way,
Yeah.
what is that? Yeah, good one. I like that. What is that Luc Besson movie coming out?
Valerian?
Yes, Valerian. Does that? I haven't seen anything for that except for what I just started seeing like in the press, but I've seen no like previews
It
for
was at
it.
Comic-Con.
Well, I completely missed it.
It's like
Man.
right when you walk in, like the
Really?
first thing you see.
That's next
right to
summer,
the
huh?
right. Yeah. Well,
Wow.
it's good.
Yeah, it does. That looks really good. I got psyched when I found out it was Luc Besson.
It's his dream project he's been wanting to make for like 18 years.
Oh,
Yeah.
really?
Like,
Yeah.
yeah, I'm psyched. I mean, that for those who don't know,
Mantis is in it, so we'll see. How,
yeah,
how
for those
the
who don't
acting
know,
turned out, but
this is the guy that brought us Fifth Element. So
Oh, okay.
it's a great cult
Yeah.
classic, Mike.
when you name a movie that's like decades old, it's not usually the best sign when you can't think of something like more recent.
No, but you know,
Um,
it was a great movie. And in fact, I want to watch The Fifth Element. Do I even have? I don't even think I own that. Wow.
What?
Yeah, that's crazy for me, who has like
I have it
The
somewhere.
Wizard of
here.
Oz, and,
Definitely a DVD, not a Blu-ray though.
and I now own The Good Dinosaur.
Ugh.
I didn't buy it.
More like the meh dinosaur.
It was
right?
donated to my collection from my school.
The depressed dinosaur.
Yeah. So
Yeah, let's talk about worldwide for
let's
Doctor
go back
Strange.
to Doctor
It's-
Strange. Yeah, sorry. Go back to Doctor Strange and talk worldwide, which is up to 500 million worldwide.
Yeah. That's
500 million.
$500 million. That's impressive. Like, that's so ridiculous.
2 weeks.
Let's just talk about what Disney's done this year. Like, what are they close to? Like, they've got to be close to $10 billion.
Yeah,
Yeah, they gotta-
don't they average near that though? Like, and just wait, because we have Rogue One coming still.
That's what I mean. Like, this is going to be ridiculous amounts
Like,
of money for Disney.
I remember like just couldn't fathoming them spending the money, the billions of dollars they spent on Star Wars, the $4 billion, and like
I thought that was kind of low, actually.
That
I
was so
didn't-
low. I'm pretty
I
sure we
didn't think
talked
that was
about
low.
that.
No. You guys did because you talked about like Microsoft and its Minecraft purchase. But I'm like, I'm thinking like in terms of the movie side, I thought that was a lot of money for them to be paying.
Lucas Arts
for a franchise.
Like, I definitely,
Yeah, it was
definitely.
everything.
So, I mean, for me, that sounded low, especially when you got Facebook buying WhatsApp for like $19 billion.
But you're talking about digital
Yeah.
stuff. We're talking.
They
I'm
got a-
talking just
They got a
movie
bargain.
related.
And the thing is, we talked about
Yeah.
specifically that George Lucas only sold it to Disney for, because he felt like they were the only entity that would actually do
It
it justice
which-
because, like, he's like, look, like, it's my baby, essentially,
Yeah.
but, like,
Yeah,
you guys would actually do it justice.
Which I
take care
mean,
of it.
to be fair to George Lucas, may have saved that franchise. We've only seen one movie so far from them, so I can't go that far and say they've saved it. And in fact, from what I get from some of my friends, they absolutely hated Episode 7. Not you guys.
What?
Not
Who?
you guys.
Who?
My friend Ryan on Facebook, who I'm friends with. I've known him for years.
Unfriend him. Unfriend him.
Yeah, you can't unfriend your friends, unfortunately. But like,
Did you ask him? Does he think it's better than the prequel movies at least?
No, he doesn't. He says it's the worst Star Wars movie.
Right now.
Yeah.
Unfriend him.
No, I mean he hates the prequels. To get in his defense, he hates the prequels, but
he said those are better.
The prequel movies.
Yeah, he did.
There are parts that are better.
He's done with Star Wars. Actually, he won't watch another Star Wars movie anymore. He's done.
What about
you don't need that negativity in your life, Jim.
I like where your head's at, Tony. I kind of agree on this one. I hope he listens to this episode because like he deserves to be called. Every time he brings it up or he talks some shit about it, I'm like, well, I got what I wanted out of it, so I don't give a shit because I loved. Clearly, I've said this a million times in this podcast. Loved Episode 7.
Like, what did he expect out of Episode 7?
He wanted something new. We didn't. I understand.
I mean,
the gripe between A New Hope. Yes, I get it, but I liked it. It made exactly they made what I wanted. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. They provided for it. But anyways, back to we keep getting away from Doctor Strange being the headline here. Doctor Strange has done a fantastic job and is not downward trending like the maybe could have been.
It's its first thing and can't trend anywhere. It's new.
It's a Marvel movie. It's a superhero movie.
You said downward trending when Ant-Man came out.
Yeah. Well, that's fine.
This has killed Ant-Man. Killed it.
Because
I can't flip my table right now, but I'm going to after this podcast.
Here's what I think. This is the difference that we've got. This is what Marvel's doing, and now they've got me. They've proven to me what the hell's going on.
Now they've got you. They didn't have you 2 years ago.
They're doing this right.
Where you were jacking off to every release they've had.
They're doing this right, Mike. They are bringing in.
You can watch.
They are bringing in new blood to their franchises, new heroes to cycle out the old ones because they saw what you were talking about, Mike, where there could be some like some people going, I'm getting tired of this stuff. I don't know if I want to go see it. So Marvel's like, hey, guess what? We're way the fuck ahead of you guys. You can come to the movies and see all of these new heroes that you've never heard of. And guess what? They're actually a pretty good fucking story, so come watch them. I think that's what they all said in their heads. All their execs said that, actually.
Well, they're saying our contracts only go so far. We have other heroes.
Don't blame it on a contract. Mike, this is clearly,
if they could do this
clearly
infinitely,
strategy.
they would.
They have been hell-bent on not paying these actors exorbitant amount of money, with the exception of Robert Downey Jr. They've been hell-bent on it, and they've stuck to their guns, and it has worked. Because they know that the franchises that they have are going to be good enough if they're good movies, and they're cycling in these new heroes, and they're keeping the interest in the universe. And now, Avengers: Infinity War is poised to be the best, the biggest, largest grossing movie in their franchise.
Nope, not a chance.
Not a chance of what?
Again,
you're talking about
not a chance of it being larger grossing than the first Avengers.
It can't happen.
I will go.
It can't happen. Like, how many times do we have to talk about this? How what was it? The fight. The fight that came out when Avengers Age of Ultron released.
The fight. Oh yeah, that's right. The boxing fight.
Oh.
That sucked so much entertainment dollars out of that weekend. If it was not for that, Age of Ultron definitely would have beat the original Avengers. It's not even like.
My God.
What? Like,
because all the same people who watch pay-per-view boxing watch comic book
movies.
Dude, that transcended
it, though, Mike.
It did transcend just boxing fans. That fight was way bigger than it was. Everybody's top of mind.
People had parties for that.
Can't deny that.
It was huge. Like, how much? Like, didn't it do like $1 billion?
It was ridiculous how much it did.
Charge $2 million for each person who buys it on pay-per-view. So yeah, I can see that.
We don't know what it would have affected it. Like, what would have the outcome? It's all hypothetical, but you can't deny it didn't affect the box office.
Like, I'm not saying they're like people who watch UFC are going to be the exact same people that are watching the Marvel movies, but like we've discussed before, a lot of people only go see a handful of movies every year, and if you just spent like $50 or $100 or $200 to watch a pay-per-view fight, that's probably your entertainment budget for the month. Like most people,
we are us. The 1%. whatever.
We're the 1% of the movies. That's the second time I've been called the 1% this week.
Ooh, that's not good comparison.
Beer related. Because the same way with beer. So I'm very snobbish with
Oh,
my
the
craft beer.
1%,
Yeah.
yes.
Like, hold on, I'm gonna bring it up now because this is one of the things that gets me triggered.
Anyways, so he's looking this up. So Doctor Strange, either way, has had a fantastic run so far. Like,
And it's got a hot actor in the lead. It definitely helps. That.
Cumberbatch is
And
definitely a
he's
big actor.
Poised to.
I think that's really what's making all the difference.
Mike, listen, you could be right about this. You could.
Like, okay, here's the thing. So
I mean, like, he's big in Europe, and that's where they did really well, because obviously he's from there.
Yeah.
Everyone knows him from Sherlock Holmes and stuff. He's
He's a big actor.
probably
He
the
is.
biggest actor that like started a new character for Marvel, aside from Robert Downey Jr., who
Which was on the decline. His career
he
was
was-
basically over at
he
that
was
point.
making a bit of a comeback at the time.
yeah.
Oh.
So
Tomato,
just to-
tomato. Go ahead, Tony.
just to really talk about Avengers. So Avengers 1 domestic total lifetime was $623 million. Avengers Age of Ultron was only $459. Now, I'm not going to say that it would have made $200 million worth of difference because of the fight. But the first Avengers worldwide only outgrossed Age of Ultron by $115 million. And I definitely think it could have done that without the fight.
Great.
It's possible.
I can't prove it, but I'm just saying.
Yeah,
Not
That's the thing.
only though
possible.
did it do so much less, everyone doesn't like it as much either.
No, I'm not going to dispute that. I'm not. I can't dispute
Well,
that.
it was. It's good a movie for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, it
I
definitely
don't
was the
think
weaker one.
Yeah, I don't think any one of us ever. I don't think we said otherwise. Like, I think I said I liked more of the action parts better, but like the overall, like Ultron just wasn't good of a villain, you know.
They've been missing, and even this movie had a weaker villain in my opinion. So overall, I like the movie. Giving you guys a quick overview, I'll give it an 8 out of 10 myself. Visually, it was fantastic. I think we talked about it last week. But
Yeah, we talked about it.
Um,
Ones of us
Tony
who
has
saw it. Yeah.
But, yeah, Tony just saw it last week.
Yeah.
So what do
F
you have?
you. Let me get mine. No, I'm sorry. I would agree with your 8 out of 10. Like, I really liked it. It was a strong movie. I definitely have criticism, and I'll just briefly touch that. I feel like they didn't do a good job of explaining how much time had passed during the movie, because like starts out.
It's only.
I sort of feel like that was intentional.
No, it was only a year, and I feel like that actually hurts the story a little more. That this guy can just come in there in like a year, and I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, I understand he's a genius and stuff like that, but like, you could definitely tell like some passage of time had happened, but they weren't very specific about it. Like, she made some off comment like, "Oh, this is the room that you came to me and begged me to teach you, and in such a short amount of time, you've already done blah 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 blah." It's like, all right, like I have no time, like reference of time for how fucking quickly you should learn like these goddamn weird ass spells. Like that means nothing to me. Like if somebody's like, "Oh, you've earned equivalents of like a master's degree, in such a short amount of time," like, all right, I can use a reference of time. Most master's degrees would take a total of like 6 years, so I'm assuming less than 6, but it's kind of whatever. I mean, that's a small nitpick, but I'm just like, how long has this been? Because in one scene, he trims his beard and like, oh, I'm a pretty good damn wizard right now. It's like,
Yeah,
okay.
no. Yeah, also when it comes back to his ex.
Yeah.
Ex, like he's been gone for like a couple days.
Yeah.
Or like a
Like-
week or something.
She's like, where have you been? I'm like, all right, what does that mean? Like, I haven't, like, why couldn't she say, like, I haven't seen you in a year or something like that?
Yeah,
But
yeah.
whatever. But
Or
I'd love to
timestamp those emails.
exactly. It's like it's been a year since I've emailed, whatever. But yeah, small nitpick. I thought the special effects were freaking awesome. Like
Yeah.
the fight in the beginning with what's
Did you
his
see
name?
IMAX 3D or IMAX?
No, I
IMAX
didn't.
does this
But
justice.
I might because you guys talked about it so much.
Well, did you see it 3D though?
No.
No. Okay.
I figured if I'm going to see it 3D, I'm going to go like balls to the wall. Like
Yeah, IMAX 3D.
This is
I'd go with 'em.
like one of those few movies, like Avatar was. Like this has got everything for it that's IMAX and 3D related.
yeah, no, and I completely agree. I could see like how some of those parts were just like, damn, like this would be intense. But yeah, Cumberbatch did a great job. I think, I think I slid in slack, but I definitely think they're grooming him for that Robert Downey Jr. role of like the cocky, arrogant, like wisecracker, sarcastic asshole. when he starts to really trail off, post Infinity War is what I'm assuming, which is good. I'd actually love to see their chemistry on screen together because it might be fun to see those two very similar personalities clashing.
You mean the two Sherlocks, the American one and the English one?
Yeah, Sherlock versus Sherlock, Civil War, Sherlock War.
Yep.
I don't know, something like that. No.
I mean, Rachel McAdams was in Sherlock as well, so. Or Sherlock
War. Dun dun dun.
He stole his girlfriend.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, no, I really liked it. I think the villain, as I think Jim pointed out, and we've all agreed with, the villain is definitely the weakest aspect of the Marvel movies, and in my opinion, agreeing with Jim, because it's like, I can't really relate to this guy. I don't know. I mean, yeah, he's out for the truth.
Is he the same guy who was the villain in Casino Royale?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
So he always needs to have some sort of stuff happening with his eyes and be kind of weird. All right.
Yeah. But I actually really liked the Ancient One. I didn't know how I was going to feel about it.
I thought she was great.
And yeah. Yeah. I hope we see more of her.
Agreed.
Anyway, I thought the ending was clever because it wasn't a typical just something explodes, magical explosion this time though. I'm like, cool. I'm like, it was actually
mind-based. Yeah, it was a mind-based kind of thing.
I thought it was really clever, and just the way it happened, I'm just like, that's kind of funny. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah,
it's fine. I just kind of wonder why the other side of that didn't have a similar power, given where the other side of it was from. I'm trying to remain vague, but
well,
there was a reason for this.
He said specifically that it only worked because of. I mean, it's kind of like an ass pull or MacGuffin or whatever you say, but that was the rules they set for that.
I'm hinting at it right here.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, control another dimension.
Nope. Listen, there's a reason.
Hey, let me just.
We gotta get on. We'll do this on a spoiler cast because there's a
we'll
reason that we'll get into that. Listeners, viewers, watch and view, listen to our spoiler cast coming up. But
the last thing I want to say about the movie before we move on, I really like the actual side characters in it, and I'm actually a bit disappointed that we didn't get to see them a bit more.
Mordo was okay.
He'll be more important later, probably.
Yeah. I knew the name, and I immediately knew it. Like I knew who he was. I knew his trend. But I feel like we didn't get much of Wong.
Beyonce, come on.
Yeah, I feel like we didn't get much of him, which was weird. So, but it was the first movie. There's a lot of story to tell in origins movies, so that's what happens.
I liked it though. I mean, I definitely think it's worth a theater watch, and like I said, I most likely am going to see that in 3D. Just I don't really care for 3D, but one of these movies.
For one of the movies that you want to take advantage of the 3D and IMAX, this is worth it.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Same thing with Transformers. I'll see Transformers because I think those are good 3D.
Yeah. Now, Corey, you saw this twice, right?
No, I didn't see it.
You didn't get to go see it. Okay, I thought you were going to see it.
Yeah, I wanted to. I couldn't get there. Get out there.
Okay. All right. Let's get into some movie news. Rest of the box office. Sorry, it was like crap. We just read off the top 3. That's really all that matters.
Mm-hmm.
A Disney movie's coming out this week, right? The Pixar. Is it Pixar or Disney? It's Disney.
Fantastical Beast is coming out this week.
Oh, is this one?
Yeah.
I know that Disney's got one coming out.
So let's see if it beats Doctor Strange. That's going to be interesting.
Oh, definitely.
Oh, come on. Yes. Not interesting.
I don't know.
You don't think this is going to do over 25 million?
Not that week. I mean, it's for its opening week.
Yeah.
Q5.
Oh. I think it's going to do really well, but we'll see.
I think it could. I think it has potential. I think it could hit 100 million just because, even though it's not named Harry Potter,
but yeah.
Even though it's not named Harry Potter, the diehard fans are really excited about this from what I've heard and seen. Just because, people, this is the first new Harry Potter thing in 3 years?
Well, since the play,
book.
They had the play.
Book came out
Not a book. It's a screenplay. Do not call it a book.
It's still a book. It's still a book.
Do not call it a book.
Front
it's
cover
a
and a back cover, and they put pages in between.
It's a screenplay. It's not
Just
a
like
book.
all those
It's a
Shakespeare
book that they
books we
sold
read in
as a
school.
book.
If you have not read the screenplay,
Don't.
Yeah.
Why you don't?
It's not great, but don't. It's not a book. That's the idea behind it. It's not a book. It's not as good as the books. because
I mean, the one thing I will say is this
not
one
a novel. It's a book, though.
This one looks really interesting. I don't know. I guess
as by definition,
I kind of feel like Mike in a way on his stance with Spider-Man, in that like I really didn't have an interest in like seeing these kids as wizards because it's like I don't know. I really just didn't like the casting when they're kids because it's just like they're little kids. It's like, really? I'm supposed to believe this shit right now? Okay, sure, whatever. So I mean, I like Harry Potter, but I never like got into it, and maybe that's because I never read the books. But like this movie, since I have no, not to mention I was spoiled on a lot of the major moments before the movies ever came out. So it's like, oh well, okay, I know that. That's great.
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, you guys are Harry Potter fans, right? I mean, Jim, you are.
Oh yeah. I'm gonna go see this without a doubt. I just don't. Actually, I don't know.
Are
if
you
I'm
excited
gonna be
though?
I don't know. If I'm gonna, no, I don't really have high expectations for it. So
No.
yeah,
Well,
it's weird.
Fuck you
it's
too,
still the
Jim.
same guy that did the Harry Potter movies for the last like 5 of them, or not 5, 4 of them.
Yeah.
I think. Didn't he do the last 4, David Yates? Well, I guess Jesus, whatever, however many he did, because Deathly Hallows became.
You count them as
So, I'm thinking of books,
Yeah.
but in any case, so it's gonna have the same style. It seems like, and I'm very curious about it being in the United States and not over in England. So that'll be interesting. I think
different. You'll get a different atmosphere for the Muggles or whatever they're called here, and wizards. So it'd be cool. Yeah. All right. But I just don't think I'll see it this opening weekend. I don't think it's an opening weekend kind of movie. So maybe Tuesday for $6 the week after, Corey.
Yeah, that's always a good option.
Yeah. And plus, that's the week of Thanksgiving. I'm actually off on Wednesday, so I'm good with that entirely.
Yeah, player.
Yeah. All right. What do we got? We got Ghost in the Shell trailer dropped finally.
Yeah.
Listen, to call it what I actually thought it looked really cool. Like I did, and this is based on a very beloved anime.
They hit some of like the main scenes from the anime.
It's one of the first animes I've ever watched.
At all.
I mean, I watched.
Did you say animes? Did you really just say animes?
Yeah.
Plural. Come on, bro. Come on.
Sheeps.
Shrimps.
Deers.
Internets. Yeah. Beers.
Just busting your balls.
So, anyways, yeah. So now I completely thank you. Derailed my entire conversation.
It's one of the first animes.
See? You did it too.
I'm following in your footsteps, Jim.
Yes. So I watched
your work.
Vampire Hunter D, and then this one, in terms of order that I've ever seen. I remember it because it just stands out. What's that?
Akira wasn't before these?
No, I watched Akira after these. I remember watching this with you at my parents' house when we were younger. With you, I remember that. But I had seen Vampire Hunter D before. Those are this was the second one. So, second anime that I've ever watched. All right. So that's cool. I don't know. I like it. I like the trailer because when I heard this was being made and, Scarlett Johansson was playing the main character.
Yeah.
I don't know if I was like that super opposed like some people were, but it didn't instill confidence anyways that this was being made into a live action Hollywood movie.
Felt like Lucy, like that. Remember that Lucy movie?
We talked about this though. Like I'm pretty sure I even said this specifically thing. It's like because Lucy did so well that Scarlett Johansson can star on her own in an action role.
Yeah.
Like that's the reason for this, and that's why like
do well though.
No, it did do well. Like they made money off it. I'm pretty sure they talked about it being an accessible movie.
I think so.
Wait, we could fact check that later.
Wait, who made Lucy? Was that Luc Besson?
Luc Besson, I believe.
I knew it. And we work them in anyways. We work them in.
It's all.
I specifically didn't mention it because I thought that movie was pretty shitty.
Hashtag. I'm not a big fan of it either. But
I didn't see it.
I didn't really like it.
Let's fact check this before we make ourselves look like asses.
Let me go on. So on the one hand, I mean, I totally get the, whole like, oh, she's a white, woman playing, Japanese woman. I get that. I do. I totally understand how people are upset. And yeah, I would have preferred a Japanese actress or, an Asian actress over that. But how, like, it's so, like, what's the highest paid, the drawn, like, star power Asian actress that there is? Like, Lucy Liu's too old for that.
She looks the same as she always has, though.
I was going to say, she doesn't look much older.
Have you seen her in Elementary? It looks the same as I knew her from like 10 years ago.
But I also heard, I thought people said, I don't know anything about this, obviously, but I thought people said since the character is really like an android body, that doesn't really matter like where she's from because
right,
she was constructed.
Shouldn't.
And I think even people, I don't know if someone has said this or not, or someone's totally lying. I saw some comments because people talk about this whenever it's posted, but they said like the creator's like, yeah, I kind of drew her like to look Caucasian.
Yeah.
So,
well, I mean, that's the thing is like, you know, a lot of manga, I mean, they try to draw characters that have this like almost like West meets East balance because I don't know, it's just more aesthetically pleasing. I think that's what I've read. I mean, obviously it doesn't apply to everybody, but yeah, I mean, the thing is like it's totally open to like a little interpretation, especially when you're talking about like an android. Like seriously, like, you know, at some point, you know, if she goes into like a dude's body, are people going to be like that upset? Like, come on, man, it's fucking sci-fi anyway. But whatever. I thought the trailer looked pretty decent.
Yeah.
I mean, I think there are a lot of people that
I definitely pulled like a lot of the stuff from the anime just based off of what they showed in this trailer.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
They did a good job of that. I don't think it just reminded me too much of Lucy, and I'm not really excited for that at all.
Maybe it's good that I've never seen Lucy, so
yeah, it wasn't
I'll
that
definitely
good.
go see this. I want to support that just as long as the reviews aren't like too bad, you know. And obviously, it's going to be like people like, all right, well, what have they said about other movies that I've liked? Okay, yeah, I'm pretty sure I'll see that in theaters. Just, you know,
I'm glad it's getting made, but I just hopefully it's good, because otherwise could put these
on a level I want to see it succeed, just because I want to see more like Japanese animes. You know, brought to Hollywood, just because, like, you know, James Cameron, despite my reluctance on Avatar, I want him to do Battle Angel Alita. That was one of my favorite anime when I was younger, and like that totally deserves like a big budget.
Well, we're getting Akira.
You know, as much as
just
Akira
like Battle Angel is supposed to be coming too, so
yeah, just as much as Akira is revered, I'm not that keen on it. Now that I'm older,
Yeah.
I mean, I still respect it, and it did a lot for, you know, the industry and everything like that, and definitely
it's definitely a piece of its time. Like,
yeah, exactly, yeah.
Showed like this futuristic world that people hadn't seen before.
Yeah, absolutely. But you know, it's cool. I respect it.
Yeah.
That's my comment on it.
Let's move into the Marvel universe entirely here. So we have talked numerous times about Fox and Marvel. Striking deals behind the curtains, the scenes that we haven't had any evidence of. Obviously, Mike has mentioned this numerous times to us that there's nothing happening from the Legion series that's suddenly on TV. However, there was a trade that we found out about recently. There has been a trade. So when they basically brought Deadpool, the Negasonic teenager girl, that's a Marvel straight property that Fox wanted for their movie.
No. I don't think you got that right. Negasonic Teenage Warhead is a mutant.
Oh, yes. But
Fox owns the name.
Yes. All right. So
there was a trade.
There was a trade. I hate these cold start things. So yeah. So we talk about this trade.
So we talk about cold start.
Whatever. So
there's been no problems on our end.
Talk about, you know, behind the sscenes actions between Marvel and Fox. And so apparently there was a character swap trade. Now, back when what was the movie that was being filmed? I got to click on this actual article to get this, but they were going to trade. They were offering Galactus and who was the other guy?
Silver Surfer
for
Daredevil.
For Daredevil, back when they wanted to make another Daredevil, before the Daredevil movie franchise ran out from them, which thank God it did, right? Because we got the great Netflix series. So they offered Galactus and Silver Surfer, which Marvel has turned down. But then, apparently, they wanted to use for their movie was Negasonic, right?
Yeah, Fox owns the character Negasonic as she is in the comic, but not as she is in the movie. From what I understood of this article, it sounds like they wanted to change her powers to be more appealing because she's just kind of a psychic in the comic. And so they said they love the name, but we want to make a character that has these specific powers. So in order to do that, they needed to get Marvel's approval. And Marvel's like, well, you can change the character, but then we want to have a certain character from the Fantastic Four universe, which they still technically own.
So that's how we got, was it Ego, right?
Ego, the Living Planet.
Ego, the Living Planet in Guardians 2.
Correct.
So there are trades behind the scenes. That's all I just want to say, because moral of the story is Legion is going to be on TV on FX. Has it started yet? I think it's starting soon. So something has caused that to happen. All I'm saying.
Well, when we look at the caliber of this trade, it's nothing big.
I don't think anybody even knew who Negasonic Teenage Warhead was.
But Mike, my whole thing was to get Galactus to be used in the Marvel franchise or some villain, because
Doom.
Yes, because that was and this lines up exactly with what I'm talking about, because they were trying to deal Galactus already before. So we may get Silver Surfer and Galactus at least back in the Marvel franchise.
Maybe.
Yeah.
More though, but this says since they're trading still, it sort of postpones the whole idea that they're just going to buy everything back.
Sure,
It does add to that, you're right, but it does also keep on the table that there are relations.
Right. Now, the other bit of news that I'd like to mention while we're talking about this is the announcement that just happened right before this podcast that the previously tentative Inhumans movie is now coming to ABC as a television show instead.
To replace Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.
Oh, okay. Which
is my guess.
We'll get
no, that's a guess. That's a guess.
It's
not necessarily a guess. It's as much of a guess as any of your trade proposals.
Really?
But I have facts to back mine up. Do you
want to bet on that? Would you like to bet?
Oh. Next year.
What?
Well, next year.
If S.H.I.E.L.D. is canceled, is replaced by Inhumans or not next year?
No. But it's a theory I have.
Didn't you just say a minute ago it's as good as whatever?
Good as his trade rumors, yeah, because he has no facts behind that.
My trade rumor actually has some backup from this.
From what?
From what we
there
just
was
said.
Another trade?
Yes. Like, I actually have a history for me. You don't have any talk about S.H.I.E.L.D. getting canceled.
It moved to 10 p.m. And
that move has been great for that show.
It's been hijacked to promote something else this
whole
Mike. Season.
I'm facts.
Yeah, 10 p.m. That didn't happen. You think 10 p.m.'s a good time slot for a show that's healthy?
Again.
I don't know. ER did pretty well.
Again,
at 10 o'clock.
I can stand with my statement of facts.
Fact is 10 p.m. That's the prime time slot. Yeah.
Does not necessarily mean a show's getting canceled.
But Mike, it has
moves back. That's a
show,
bad thing.
It hasn't proved it, and most people aren't watching it live now. Most people are watching it streaming services such as Hulu or whatnot.
This will be on Netflix.
Could be. But that means
it
won't
won't be canceled.
Yeah.
I don't see it on Netflix anytime. It's not on Netflix.
No, I don't think it's leaving ABC either. I don't think it's getting canceled this season. So.
Have an Inhuman show on ABC. Wouldn't you have to have like?
They were planning on doing 2 shows anyway. And this is just they said this is coming, but it's still not definite. I mean, that show we talked about Hunter and the girl never came out.
Yeah.
I mean, they filmed the pilot and that was it. So
does this doesn't bode well for their movie? If anything.
The movie's done.
Yeah.
It's dead.
Okay.
If this happens there, it's dead.
Well, if this happens, or is this mean this completely? No matter what happens, it's
dead already, okay. Jim. It's already dead. It doesn't matter if the show comes or not. That movie's gone. It's been taken off the schedule, and we're not going to see it.
Mutants.
Mm-hmm. That's where I was going to go.
Yes, I know. I figured I just finished.
I would love to see a World War Hulk. I mean, that would be awesome, but we're not going to get that now.
Yeah. Well, I think this also does add to the fact that there's possibly another franchise coming back. Not back, but to be used by Marvel, and that's the Mutants. We are even hearing whispers about a complete re-entry into the universe of X-Men now, where they're going to do
Logan.
Yeah, they're going to do a Dark Phoenix like saga that basically wipes out things.
Oh, thank God.
Yeah. So yeah.
Yeah, Fox is going to do that though.
Yeah,
just saying, during that saga,
maybe they'll collaborate with Marvel.
Change.
On it.
Yeah, shit changes. You know what I mean? Like at that point, maybe different universe unveils, and the merge, little Flash.
Right.
Action.
Well, I mean, the thing that I was even thinking when I saw Doctor Strange was that they kind of opened up that realm of possibility. Sorry, I couldn't help myself there. When they talked about like an infinite number of universes or aka multiverses, so they kind of gave themselves an out if they really needed an excuse to be like, well, why aren't the mutants in this world beforehand? Because it's like, oh, mutants collided from some other multiverse or something like that. They could do it if they wanted to. That's all I'm saying. Like as terms of like a story excuse and stuff like that.
Yeah, I
think with the exception of Deadpool, I guess we'll see how Logan does, but I really think Fox is probably trying to get that Marvel money too.
We'll see how Spider-Man does.
Out of control that they want to give up.
Yeah, we'll see how Spider-Man does.
I don't see it happening though.
I think there's banks on the deal between Spider-Man and Sony and how lucrative that becomes for both. Yeah. So like, and in fact now I can mention the news real quick about Michael Keaton, which we've mentioned before, possibly playing the Vulture. He is confirmed to be playing the Vulture in the Spider-Man Homecoming, so he will be the villain for that.
Birdman.
Yeah, which is interesting that, it's kind of weird that he played Birdman and now he's playing Vulture, but whatever. I like Michael Keaton as an actor.
Maybe he's just really into aviation.
Yeah, could be. So, what else do we have? We also have Deadpool 2, which we talked about. Ryan Reynolds kind of ousting, like getting the director out of there because he wanted this large budget scaled movie. Has now been confirmed to be staying small budget and kind of sticking with its roots. So that's what the writer has said.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of weird when they say small budget because, like, I mean,
Deadpool didn't really have all that small budget to me. Now
it didn't really have that big of a budget, though, did it?
$50 million.
No. I mean, that's for a superhero movie. That's pretty tame.
Yeah,
like,
I know.
The X-Men, when X-Men the original came out, that got $75 million.
Yeah,
right.
The original, and that was in like 94, 95.
Yeah, right. So by today's standards, that'd probably be 100 million, 100. X-Men was 2000.
Yeah, I was gonna say
2000.
94 was like when Sonic the Hedgehog Genesis was out, man.
What the fuck you thinking, Jim?
I don't know. I'm an old man. I just think everything that occurred in the past is in the past. So.
Yeah, whatever. We'll see.
All right. So let's get into what we've been up to, guys. Mike, kick us off.
Okay. There was nothing on Tuesday because something happened.
Yeah, Shield's on break until the end of the month.
Yeah, something happened Tuesday, so Flash and Shield were not on. I don't know why Shield doesn't come back till the end of the month. It's annoying.
I think it was what you're not talking about plus Thanksgiving. Just a combination. I mean, because if you think about it, last week was a bust, next week is a bust. So it's like kind of what's the point of releasing one episode between the 2 weeks?
So.
Watch it. I don't know.
Plus, it's not like they have Agent Carter this year, so
yeah,
no
filler.
Which, by the way, is why since you didn't take my bet, why I think Inhumans is not going to be canceling Shield. It's going to be the new miniseries to break up the mid-season.
Maybe.
Well, it said fall though, didn't it? The tweet.
Yeah, but I mean, fall is. I mean, that term is so loose.
Is it a
these
video
days.
game?
You know that, right? Exactly.
Is it a video game? I don't know.
It's like what's the last day of fall? Like, just is it late November or like early December?
No, it's late December.
Yeah, it's like December 20th is technically fall. Something like that. So like fall. There you go. Anyway.
I did see Arrow, which was actually a pretty good episode.
I don't think I watched this one yet from last week. Maybe I did.
This is I don't know if you guys saw this news before. I'm sure you saw it somewhere, but there's a famous 80s actor that makes his first appearance in this episode. It was pretty cool to see him.
No, I definitely didn't watch the episode yet then. It was a Mr. Terrific episode, right? Or something like that?
No, fuck that guy. No, nothing about him.
Oh, I thought it was like an episode for him. Or maybe that's next. I don't know.
Or like Mr. Horrible. Huh.
I hope not.
Or Dr. Horrible?
His new team.
That's where I was going. Thank you.
The new team is still completely insufferable. They're trying to do more with Artemis, but they just made her annoying like everyone else. But other than that, it was, I think, a good episode. They've tied something back directly to the first season, which I liked. And I don't know. I wish, but I don't think so. There is a sort of who is this character mystery going on now. So that's always a little more interesting, I think, when there's a little level of mystery, someone who should be from the past or a secret identity. I don't know. It's interesting. And then, is there anything? Oh, yeah, I saw Legends of Tomorrow. It was all right.
Yeah.
And then there was Walking Dead, which I watched just before this.
I watched The Walking Dead today as well.
I don't know why that episode had to be an hour and a half.
Yeah, I don't understand that. It was more like, let's get a lot of story out of the way. That's the way I took it. I mean, in an hour and a half episode, all you add is 20 minutes.
It definitely could have been an hour. I don't like. They could have just edited around. I don't know why, but
I mean, I liked the episode quite a bit. I liked it, which is funny because a lot of people like thought it was boring, but I actually liked this episode because it got more Negan in it.
I liked it. Negan's getting a little old at this point, but we'll see.
I don't think so. It's 4 episodes in. He's only been in 2. He's not getting old to me.
I know, but that's like
he's only been in 2 episodes.
3. He's been in 3. I'm sorry.
3. Yeah, this is his 3rd episode that he's really in.
Yeah, but I mean, the last episode was
how many episodes have come out?
4. But like the episode. But when we started this, before we started the podcast, I was playing that music, and that was from the episode before, which he was, torturing somebody. So
with that music.
With that music, which was awesome. So, anyways, I thought it was good though. But what did you think?
It was pretty good. I liked it. It was a little slow at some points, but
sure.
Walking Dead for you.
Yeah.
I mean, again, you sort of like the slow episodes because that just means you're not losing characters left and right.
Yeah. I mean, that's fine. I personally, I'm gonna wait. I think I mentioned it before the podcast started, but I'm just gonna wait until the mid-season finale because, like, I just hate how they intentionally draw shit out. I by that logic, I shouldn't even watch the mid-season finale because they'll probably end on another fucking cliffhanger like they did last season, which pissed me off. But I don't know. I mean, I like the show. It's just it's hard for me to watch week to week.
Yeah, I don't follow it regularly either. Yeah. I watched the premiere because Sonia really wanted to, but
I don't know. I'm enjoying Negan so much that that's why I'm watching it.
Yeah, I can see that. It just if it wasn't for that mid-season break of like 2 months or something, I probably wouldn't mind. But like, because like with Game of Thrones, I watch it every week.
Yeah, it goes till February.
It's such a long stretch. Like, fuck you guys.
Yeah, I mean that's what happens with Shield too.
Like, I wish my job.
I don't know if that's happening.
I'd have to show up for fucking 2 months, but
Yeah.
Does anyone know if that's what Shield is doing this year too?
Yeah.
Because
there's always a mid-season break. There's
no Agent Carter though this year, right? No. So what are they going to do during that?
Reruns.
Because it was long last year.
Yeah, and that's mid-season
just as
breaks.
long as The Walking Dead. So
it's ridiculous.
Right, anything else, Mike?
I don't know. I think that's it. I don't remember.
All right.
No, that's about it.
Corey?
Nothing new or significant really. Just more Westworld. Still like probably
got renewed for season 2 actually.
Yeah, did. But yeah, I think that's still the show I look forward to the most.
I'm gonna get into that.
I haven't. What is this?
Westworld.
Wow.
The big budget Western HBO show. They are doing because Game of Thrones is not on.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, I mean, other than that, really, just little things here and there. But
all right. Tony.
So Doctor Strange, as we said, on that no agents of Shield, but yeah, obviously it's on break. Non-movie related, but I finished the Ahsoka book.
Nice. I like the ending.
I didn't like it.
I like the ending.
I didn't like the ending.
I didn't like the ending either.
There was like nothing. I was like, that's it. That's fucking it.
I liked that she's like the liberator. She's like the liberator.
So
I like it.
I don't know. It seems so small. It's like so simple.
Yeah. It didn't add much. You're right. It's not the impactful story you wanted to get. It definitely isn't.
Right. Like, I don't know. I just feel like, you have this, in my opinion, awesome character. And I'm sorry, Mike, I guess this spoils Clone Wars stuff if you haven't seen it. But, like, they have this, like, question on, like, what happened to this character?
Yes.
And it's like, out of all the things I imagine personally that could have happened to this character, it's like, this is the story we got? This is the story you give us?
Yeah.
Did you guys watch the interview with the creator, the character creator, and the voice actress at Star Wars Experience this summer or whatever it was? Because that got me super excited for this book. They were talking about it, and they were talking about all these like different things about the character and like what they thought of her and what they thought was going to happen to her and different like behind the scenes stuff. And so like I was really they're like, yeah, we're gonna tell you what she's up to and blah blah blah. And it's like, really, this is what you get? So I
always pictured her going off. But I always pictured her going off and like kind of training by herself. But yeah, I understand your gripe with it, but I do like the fact that she's kind of like it kind of I'm wow. I have to be so vague right now with finales and
Gave
stuff.
her a sense of purpose.
Yeah,
maybe?
it kind of gives her a
direction.
false, but it kind of gives her a false confidence for other events that occur. That's all.
Sure, sure. I'll give it
even
that.
agree with that though.
I mean,
yes.
I don't really.
What?
I don't think it. I don't see that at all from this book. I actually had to go. I actually went back and read The Heir of the Empire because I just didn't like this book that much at all, and I had to read a good Star Wars book.
At least we do get Thrawn coming out, which is going to be written by Zahn again. So we get a little prequel story for Thrawn, which is cool.
Did you know there's like this behind the scenes version of it that they released for the 20th anniversary of Heir to the Empire, where it's an audiobook and it's narrated by the same guy, and then it's annotated by Timothy Zahn and the editor. They talk about behind the scenes of the different sequences of the book,
so it,
which
breaks
is really
down
cool.
The book? That's weird.
Talks about how he got approached to write it and what it meant for his career. Because basically this was the first book to extend the universe beyond Jedi, which he was terrified to do because he could have been like crucified or been like the savior of this universe. So it's really interesting.
Cool. I'll have to check that out.
So yeah. Anyway, I just felt like a book. What story decided they tell with this book? I thought was a poor choice of format. Like honestly, this should have just been like
an episode,
an hour-long special, or a 2-episode special, like something like that. Because to me, with the book, there was just too much. Even though there were other characters, obviously, there was too much inner monologues for.
There
Ahsoka,
were a lot
her
to
thoughts
keep
and
track
stuff like
of
that.
what was being said and what wasn't. Yeah.
And I just. Could be me because I haven't read as many Star Wars books as you guys, but I just don't think any of the characters really lend themselves well to inner monologues like that, where it's just like, Ahsoka thought this, and then blah blah blah. It's like,
well, that's the first time that's happened in a Star Wars book like this. Like you don't really get a lot of inner monologue things like this, so that was a different style of writing that I'm not used to.
Right, and to me, like Ahsoka is definitely a character that needs other characters to bounce off to really shine, because it's always
you get her smart quibs and stuff like that. You want from her as a character. That's
exactly
her little fire, the fire that she's in. You get that. You don't get that in this as much. Yeah.
Yep. Whether it's with obviously Anakin or Kenobi or Yoda or even like Asajj or her BFF.
These characters are gone.
Rex. Exactly. So yeah, I mean, it was okay. I'm glad I listened to it because obviously the character I love a lot. Not as much Jim, but a lot. That's your waifu, I suppose.
Yep.
But what else? I think that is it.
All right.
I want to say there's something else, but if I remember it, I'll come back.
Well, I don't really have any much to add. We've already talked about everything pretty much, so that's about it for me.
So. Just real quick, was it the extended universe that said that the Sith lightsabers are artificial crystals? Or
no, they said it in the book.
No. In the book, they totally go the opposite.
Not artificial, but turned.
No, that's what I'm asking because my understanding was that the Sith lightsabers are made from artificial kyber crystals. They're not real. And that's why they're red because they're not real crystals.
No,
that's
I'm gonna guess it's got to be EU then or something. But
because then in this book, they basically contradicts all that.
Yeah.
Well, now it is. Yeah, this is all canon. So that's like some things it's like, oh, okay, they're gonna change it.
I don't know. All right. Sorry, I just saw somebody added something to our games section of our podcast coming up. Anyways, that's going to wrap up the Moviecast listeners and viewers. Thank you for tuning in. Tune into our games cast. We've got a spoiler cast coming up, bonus round or whatever you want to call it, spoiler cast coming up. So tune in there. Write us podcast at allyoucangeek.net for any questions, comments, whatever you have. Follow us on Twitter at allyoucangeek. Like us on Facebook and what else? Oh,
read us on iTunes.
Subscribe to us on YouTube as well. I almost said YouTunes, because you said iTunes at the same time. But yeah. All right. Tune in next week or tune into the next episodes. See you soon. See you, Space Cowboy.